To me, the irony of God is that sometimes in our life He uses a state of being or a state of mind where we are, and He creates something in us in a response that's the complete antithesis of it. What I mean by that for me is that the song Your Grace Is Enough, which is this huge celebration and this huge joyful declaration that God's grace is sufficient, ironically was written at a time in my life when I really wasn't sure I believed it. And I wrote it as a statement of faith. All I had to lean on was grace. And so I wrote it in faith. I didn't write it necessarily because I believed it. And what I've seen happen is God was able to honor that and still use it. And the song just really came from, like I said, being in a doubtful place, looking at David's response to those hard times in the Psalms when he's just constantly crying out to God, saying, God, remember your people, remember the covenant of old, remember the promises that you made for us. Don't forget about us, please. And then coupling that with, once again, coupling the old with the new, and having Paul's declaration that God's grace is sufficient in all things. And Jesus constantly reminding him and reminding us that look, you're going to have thorns in your side. There's going to be things that you're going to struggle with. There's going to be things that just continue to hound you, but you need to cling to the hope that God's grace is sufficient.